Dive into the cosmic realm with Mastodon, the journey of a progressive metal masterpiece. Mastodon has truly soared to new heights with their groundbreaking album and the most extensive tour of their careers. With the release of 2009's Crack The Skye, this Atlanta-based band embraced their inner progressive rock spirit, channeling the creative risks and adventurous artistry that defined the 70s music scene. As they prepared for this exhilarating journey, they sat down with us to reflect on their evolution and inspirations. It's hard to imagine now, but back in 1999, when Mastodon first burst onto the scene, many folks pigeonholed them as just another metal band. It wasn't until they unveiled the thought-provoking concept album Leviathan in 2004 that people began to see the layers of sophistication and complexity in their music. Brann Dailor, the band's dynamic drummer, is keen to set the record straight right from the start. For us, the early 70s was the golden era of music that shaped our sound and vision, he explains passionately. During that time, bands weren't afraid to experiment or take risks, regardless of what the commercial fallout might be. Artistry was their true north. Dailor's love for the prog rock giants of that era, think King Crimson, Yes, Genesis, and Pink Floyd, underscores Mastodon's identity. He emphasizes, "We embrace the spirit of those pioneering bands. They taught us that you don't need to simplify your message to connect. It's essential to stand firm in your beliefs and creativity." Dailor has been a mastermind behind Mastodon's journey into concept albums. It was he who first suggested crafting an album based on Herman Melville's Moby Dick, which birthed Leviathan. "Yep, I'm fully guilty of that," he chuckles, showing no regrets about the direction they took. That initial idea just clicked, and since then, we have thrived in building stories through our music. Though Dailor is the primary architect of their album concepts, he makes it clear that the final product is a collaborative effort. "My initial ideas are just a starting point. I take inspiration from many sources, but once I pitch my thoughts to the band, Brent, Bill, and Troy, we all mold it together into something cohesive. I've learned to gauge what they would love, or hate, so I filter my proposals accordingly." Looking ahead, Dailor already has a loose concept in mind for the upcoming album, a follow-up to Crack The Skye, and they're currently crafting new songs to weave this fresh narrative. "I can't spill too many beans right now, but like all our work, this one will have mythological elements." Is it tied to Crack The Skye? There's a connection, albeit a loose one, he teases, hinting at the excitement brewing within the band. As they refine their ideas, Dailor reflects on the challenge ahead. "This really pushes our creative boundaries. We're eager to go beyond what we've done before. Although our sound will retain its heaviness, expect groovy sequences reminiscent of mid-70s Led Zeppelin. It's all part of our evolution." At this point, Dailor coyly mentions that the production choices and album title are still in the air. "Picking a title is always our final touch. I might have a gem in mind, but the guys don't know yet." With summer on the horizon, are we about to hear a new Mastodon record? Dailor hopes for a late summer release and is optimistic about their relationship with label Warner Brothers. "This will be our last album under the current deal, but I truly hope they see the value we bring and want to continue working with us," he shares. The realities of the music industry tug at him, but he remains proud of their progress. "Sales numbers may not reflect our hard work, but we have a dedicated career that we cherish." Currently, the band is also gearing up to promote their first official live release, Live at the Aragon, filmed during their 2009 tour. Dailor expresses the joy of capturing their biggest live production yet. "This was a major milestone for us, and we wanted to preserve that moment. With a 10-camera shoot in Chicago, it was intense but worth it. For anyone who missed that tour, this is a must-see experience." Yet, there's a bittersweet note concerning Crack The Skye. The band once dreamed of adapting its rich visuals and narrative into a film, but budget constraints dissolved those hopes. Dailor acknowledges, "We wanted to share that story in a different medium, but alas, dreams sometimes remain just that. We'll let it float away as a Mastodon ambition that slipped through our fingers." As the band sets their sights on their next album, there are exciting live shows ahead, including a highly anticipated appearance at the Sonosphere Festival. Dailor chuckles, true to our nature, we dive into studio work only to pause for live rehearsals. But honestly, we love being on stage. As the Crack The Skye era comes to a close, fans might just catch a sneak peek of new music during these shows. We might give it a shot. But knowing our history, we have to be cautious. It's tempting, but we might just avoid new material during those performances, he admits, wary of the unpredictability of live debuts. Looking further down the road, the Mastodon machine is gearing up for a whirlwind conclusion to 2011, with 2012 promising even more thrilling adventures. Dailor wraps up with enthusiasm, each year seems to ramp up. Exciting times and endless possibilities lie ahead for us.